And I'm actually, it's a complete reset, and you give yourself the chance to, feed your body with nutrients in a different way, and psychologically allow yourself to let go of emotional, I guess, unresolved issues, if you want to call it that.
I'm actually very curious, because this is your first time you're doing it, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
what on earth brought you to us?
It's so funny because it kind of just happened so sporadically, and I knew that there was a full moon coming, and I always feel a bit funny around full moon. Not
You
funny,
sense
but
the
I feel
energies.
like
You sense the energy.
yeah. Sometimes I feel very dynamic and very energetic, and other times I feel very sort of like not myself, which is usually what happens. And I've also been, I haven't been feeling very good within my own body, and I've been noticing, almost like my organs, there's something happening internally. And I don't know quite what it is or what it was. And then I saw your post on the same day, and I was like, oh my God, like this is obviously exactly what I might need. An introduction to some sort of detox talks. And I was like, wow, like it aligned so perfectly. So I guess chance, or maybe I subconsciously
you attracted it. You
manifested that. Yeah, I tried really hard to not to follow all the diet as strictly as I could, but for the first time around, I definitely, because you don't realize how many things are in certain foods, and you're like, oh shit, I just ate that which I'm not supposed to eat. Or like, because I've never done any, I've never even done like a juice detox, I've never even done like any sort of, let alone a proper fasting. So I was conscious of that as well, that I don't push yourself too hard, as long as you're doing the main stuff, and you're sticking to the meditation every morning, and you're doing those parts of it. I think it's a good introduction to, I don't know, maybe psychologically show your body and yourself that you can actually achieve it. So I look forward to the next one, because I think the next one I'm going to nail it. Like I know that a lot of people were getting quite a lot of headaches. I think I had 1 or 2 days where I had a headache, and I made sure that I was drinking a lot of water, because I forget to drink a lot of water. So whenever I would get conscious of, oh, you have a headache, I would make sure that I would, be topping up on the water. And I just felt quite energetic. Like once we would finish our meditation every morning, I don't know, I felt this energy for the rest of the day. And I remember when I had told you on the first day when we did the meditation, when we did the let go, forgive, I cried, and I didn't know, there wasn't a specific thing that I was thinking of. There was obviously a lot of sort of images that were coming into my head, but yeah, there was like, it just sort of came out so naturally that it just released itself. And yeah, I felt a lot lighter, especially by the end of the week. It was like a lot of shit left, I actually don't know if I didn't really have I guess I always imagined it to be a really difficult thing to do, but I guess I imagined it always to be a lot more difficult. And I don't know if that was just being scared to like try something that I haven't tried before. But I wouldn't say I had a complete sort of idea of what it would be like. But once we got introduced to it, I found it really, really, I don't know, I kind of enjoyed the fact that I knew that every morning I'm going to be waking up and I'm going to be doing this. Like I almost wanted it to go for longer, because I just started finding the groove, and I liked having a routine. And maybe that's because me personally as a person, I don't have a set routine. And to experience something, even for just a week's long of an actual routine, I don't know, it made me feel a lot more like me, maybe, if that makes sense. Like a lot more like I kind of knew who I was a lot better than. So yeah, so if anything, I think a lot of that comes from your style of teaching. You introduce it really clear and really well, and everyone that was part of it is talking with one another and giving recommendations, or you can find these things in this shop. Like, you don't feel like, because I get quite overwhelmed very easily, like even with university, I'm like, I need to get all these things, where do I start? But it's just nice to see that everyone is kind of helping each other out. So I think that made it quite an easy process as well. It's a full moon reset. There's a full moon happening and we start the cycle, and this specific detox is targeting the liver, and in the industry that we're in, unfortunately, drinking is quite a big part of our social environment, unfortunately. And we're always trying to think of ways of how to promote what can we do even as a team, so we're still doing things as a team, but that's away from like going out and drinking. And literally just said that we're going to watch what we eat, the specific drinks that we need to drink every morning. When we start at the same time. There's a group of us online. We do a group meditation, and these meditations consist of you dig in and you let go and you forgive, and you imagine. And she was really, really interested. She was like, oh my God, like, please let me know how the process goes. And I would love to join in the next one. So just as simple as that, I would explain it, that it's a complete reset, and you give yourself the chance to, feed your body with nutrients in a different way, and psychologically allow yourself to let go of emotional, I guess, unresolved issues, if you want to call it that. And I guess actually one thing, it's again, for me personally, it almost works in favor of me to be able to use what I'm doing as an excuse. So I'll be like, no, I actually can't go out tonight. I'm getting up at like 7 a.m. So using that almost like it's not an excuse, it's the truth, but you can remind yourself that, well, you've committed to something, and you have an option. You can go out and do whatever you want, but you can actually use that. It's so powerful if you use it in the right way. Like, no, I'm going to mess up my routine, and I'm going to mess up what I've committed to if I don't be strict and go home rather than going to the pub. For me, that worked really well. So
perfect. Oh my God, Dee, thank you so much.
Thank you.